As an ambassador of this great industry of network marketing, I allow myself, without getting distracted, I allow myself to be exposed to what other companies and what other individuals are doing to a certain degree. I believe that it's important to understand the business model and how it's approached by different companies, and to take the evidences of success and, I guess we'll go ahead and call it, failure, and really understand why some companies succeed and why others don't, why some companies grow to great heights and drop back and others never achieve those levels, and why average people continue to fail, or how some in the right environment are able to thrive. I really have studied, very fortunately from a front row seat perspective, for the past 10 years on this industry. And these last couple of weeks, I really have been reminded of what's going on. And the thing I'll talk about today is how interesting it is. And actually, I'll have a completely separate kind of side note. I was listening to a report based on a study put out there by the National Association of Realtors. And I don't remember the exact wording, but basically it was like 75 to 80% of people who made the decision to go with a particular realtor made that decision based solely on which real estate agent called them back first. Didn't matter the company, didn't matter the person's experience, didn't matter what they said. The number one factor, 80%, up to 80% of the time, was simply who contacted them first, who called them back first. And I'm really reminded of that as it applies to especially this industry, where I see presentations. And even last night, I was somewhat tricked into attending a what ended up being a network marketing event. But it's just fascinating when I look at the information from my perspective, understanding how these things work and what's easier and what's not, and especially with the reference of being part of what I believe to be one of, if not the greatest companies in the industry. Not only from a product standpoint, from a vision standpoint, leadership, all the great things, system, ease of entry, ease of success, residual income, all those things that everybody talks about, by the way. But when I have a perspective of 10 years on the front line, and I see these other companies that they're harder, whether it's the product, learning how to understand it, how to explain it, whether it's how the average person either can or cannot be able to duplicate the success. It's not about whether or not certain people are making money. To me, it's about whether the average person can generate a positive cash flow, and whether it's duplicatable and sustainable over a long period of time. And when I see all of these companies that, just to say, pale in comparison to what I'm doing, and see people energetically join other opportunities that I know in my heart are not as good as mine, it really is another wake-up call to help me understand that all of those people who get involved in other companies who have not seen Organo yet, that is my fault, and the fault of anybody who says that they believe in what we are doing. It's our fault, because somehow, some way, we did not connect with that person and offer to share information about what we're doing as opposed to something else. Yeah, if you see what other companies are doing compared to their jobs or their current, let's just say, success path, of course what they're being shown will look a lot better than what they're doing, and they energetically join. And I wish them nothing but success. But last night's a perfect example. There was somebody who actually invited me to attend something, And the person who did the inviting just joined that company within the last, I think, definitely last month or two, but maybe within the last few weeks. And I know for a fact that if the person who's getting ready to, let's just say, partner up with me, if he had invited that person and that person had seen what we're doing and seen basically me, I know that that person would not only be part of my organization, but more importantly, I believe he would be in a much better position to succeed and help the people who he cares about. So it has me fired up, has me angry and disappointed in myself, but I forgive myself for not talking with more people, for not connecting with more people, for not offering to share this opportunity, for not taking them through the process quickly, giving them enough information to make an educated decision on whether or not this is something that they want to do. And if whatever they choose, that's all good, but at least I did my share. So for those of you who this resonates with, let's take this as a wake-up call, because all the companies in our industry, for the most part, are good. Great products, great leadership, evidences of success. But if you're part of what we're doing and what we're building in Organo, we just know we have a better option. But it's our responsibility to get out there and share with more people. So let's have an amazing day. Go out there and meet some people. Share the blessing. Share the product. Share the opportunity. Expose. Follow up. Work with the willing. Have an amazing day. Much love.